Hello everyone and welcome to yet another video, and we're going to discuss a very nice pair of classic Chukka Boots in dark brown country calf from Crockett Jones called the Brecon. Coming up. So my friends, I hope you're all doing great and being healthy. As you can see, weather is a little bit better now, so we can finally get out those, clothes with cotton and linen, as you can see here. And of course, there's still time around spring to wear some Chukka Boots, which brings us to today's video. So we are going to talk about a really nice classic pair of Chukka Boots from Crockett Jones, which is called the Brecon. It's really classic, as you can see, so I'm not going to spend so much time, diving into the details and talking about it for like 20 minutes. So we'll be a bit more brief. You all know who Crockett Jones is, otherwise check out the other videos that I have. And this particular model came through my shop at the Noble Shoe for a client, and he said that I can keep it for a few more days to do a quick, nice review for you guys, which thank you very much. And as I said, this is called the Brecon, and it comes in dark brown country calf. You could say Scotch grain, but we will discuss the details in the close-up. And of course, I'm going to talk about, the 341 last that it comes on, the availability, the pricing, and generally how I feel about this model. So of course, let's go to the customary close-up. All right, let's try some new angles here. I think they show how the Chukkas looks much nicer, I would say. Of course, we're not going to talk about the box. I've done that many times and it's rather quite simplistic, so it's not really a point. You get a nice box with, some details about your shoes, some shoe bags, and of course, a pair of shoelaces. So we're going to jump right into the boots. First of all, what is this? So this is a pair of Chukka Boots. It's very easy to recognize since, first of all, it's an ankle boot. And it only has 2 to 3 eyelets usually. And this particular model has 3. And of course, it has most of the times a plain toe front. So there is no cap toe. In certain occasions, you can see, models that had an apron and a split toe, but this is as classic as it gets. And that's about it. It pretty much easy to recognize that you see that there is a main piece here at the vamp, and then you have 2 quarters, on each side sewn on the top, and of course a back seam at the back. So it's a very simplistic, easy design, but at the same time it means that if you get something wrong, well, it will show quite easy. And that's about the looks. So this particular model, as we said, is called the Brecon. And it's from Crockett Jones, made in Northampton, UK. And it's as classic as it gets, really. While I show you, the leather, which is called dark brown country calf, I will quickly explain some details that I slowly learn as I go with shoemaking. So first of all, you can see that this is a really nice type of grain leather. So you can see the marks here. And so grain leather, Scotch grain, what we usually call it, is embossed on top of regular leather. However, they call this country calf, which is the same thing. However, you will see that it has a more discreet, let's say, print to it. So, and also towards the toe and some edges, you can see it here, it fades. And so pretty much country calf is the same as Scotch grain, but with a finer, more discreet print. I find Crockett Jones has a excellent leather quality the more I handle them, and this is no difference. Same thing with the eyelet and same thing with the cornerstone. And I would say that their grain is very rich when you look at it, very rich. It's a really nice detail. The finishing is very uniform and very nice on this particular model. I think it will develop an excellent patina. The laces are a bit, thicker and rounder, feel a bit waxed, and I think it looks great in this particular model. And that's about it for the Brecon. I mean, on the bottom you have a classic dainite sole. Of course, it's Goodyear welted, a little bit more you see. It has a, generally you'd say, thick sole, which is great because this model is, a bit more casual and better for heavier use, let's say. Very nice stitching. I mean, it's very consistent. Dainite, of course. This model has a storm weld, as you can see the little strip that goes around, and it pretty much means that it's a bit more waterproof, and the welt is folded outwards instead of inwards. So it's a very easy way to recognize that this is a storm welt. And for a bit more, casual design such as this, I think it matches it really well. And as you can see, of course, the toe here is the 341, which Crockett Jones calls a medium round. And I think that's quite accurate as you look at it from this side, and of course here, right? It's a nice, gentle, medium round toe. And that's about it. Stitching, I mean, what would you expect? Quite consistent as always. There is no pull tab at the back, which is, yay, it's great. And when it comes to the walls, the side walls and the lining, it doesn't feel that stiff, but I have big ankles, so I would expect it to, hit me there a little and require some break-in. And another small detail I always notice is that this part right here at your instep, it's very recognizable when it comes to Crockett Jones. It has a very particular shape that I cannot explain in words. That's about it. Classic, very nice grain. I like the fact that it fades at the front. It's a good last for what it's trying to be, and a nice simple design. And that sums up the close-up. Let's move on. And that was it. I mean, you can see that this type of boot is really classic and you cannot reinvent the wheel. However, I mean, it's still a pair of Chukka boots, so it is going to be extremely versatile, especially if you get it in a dark brown or black color. And it's easy to match with a lot of stuff, apart from formal suitwear, which you should not. And shorts, don't do that. I mean, this is the perfect companion if you like to wear jeans or chinos, or even this type of suit that is much more casual, or suit separates. It's the world has evolved a lot now, so there is, the line between formal, semi-formal, and casual, it's much more blurry now, so don't be afraid. The good thing is that they're generally quite comfortable, easy to put on and off, and they match a lot of outfits. So there are a lot of merits into having a nice pair of Chukka boots. So this particular model, the Brecon, I mean, it's a classic British down to the core, and it's pretty good, if somewhat a bit uninspiring, maybe a bit too classic. I don't know, you're the one to decide that. It certainly looks nice. I don't get warm, fuzzy feelings, but it has some nice features that, it will increase its longevity, and it's still very versatile and easy to use. So this model will cost you, I mean, it depends. For availability, you can find it, of course, in certain retailers, such as the Noble Shoe, of course, or you can go through the official Crockett Jones website, which launched 2 months ago, 1 month ago or something, and it was a great addition in the e-commerce world. So what would the price be? I think it's about 550 euros if you're around Europe. I'm not sure if that includes tax or not. But for example, if you buy this from the Noble Shoe, which is a special delivery, so you have to email me, it would cost you about $550 US. And that's about pricing details and availability. And let's talk about sizing. So of course this is on the 341 last, and we already discussed it inside like the close-up section. It's you say like a nice medium round comfortable last, and I found that it, at least for me and for the other clients, it fits rather true to size. So I'm usually UK 8, and I would pick this as well in this particular model. So I also wear Crockett Jones 363, which is similar in a way, the 373, the 348, all of them in UK 8. I would say it compares pretty well to those. So take your regular UK size, and if you are in the US, size down one full size from your regular, let's say, USD, Allen Edmonds, Park Avenue, etc. And that's about sizing. Then again, I already told you how I feel about the boots. It's a staple. You should definitely have one pair of Chukka boots in your collection. You know, it's great for the more casual Friday or a stroll at the evening or the weekend. It will get a lot of wear. Just make sure that the model looks and feels like how you want it, and think about what kind of use you're going to get out of it. For me in particular, I would maybe pick something else, something that inspires me a bit more, or I get more, warm feelings from it. But then I'm gonna have 50 pairs of shoes, so each pair that I have has to be more special. So think about that before you purchase something, always. And that's about it. A bit of a shorter video, a nice quick close-up, a discussion about availability, pricing, fit, and generally the shoes. I would like to do a separate video about Chukka boots in general, since I have so many, and it's a style that you should definitely have, in my opinion. Also, thank you for allowing me to make this video, and I hope you will enjoy the bad dad joke of the week that's coming up. In the meantime, if you enjoyed the content and the video, please don't forget to subscribe if you're new, press the notifications, or leave a thumbs up, which I will really, really appreciate, and it will allow me to make much more content for you. Now, let's get on with the show. So yesterday I decided to sell my vacuum. It sucked. That's one that has an alternative ending. It said that it's collecting dust. It sucked. It was great. It sucked. You see what I did there? Well, along that bombshell, it's time to move on, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.